bubbly bee, and welcome back to another video. If you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're a regular, thank you for supporting my content. Honestly, I am so exhausted. I cannot wait to go to bed. Like, I just want to take a powerful nap, not a power nap, a powerful one. Like, I want it to be powerful, and by powerful I mean that I want to take like my 4 hours nap, because wow. Like, I am so tired. But anyways, I hope you guys been good. I hope you guys keeping warm in this cold. I hope you guys keeping warm in this weather. Yeah. So we are still gonna continue with the same episode that I started last week, which is reading my subscribers' scary stories, right? Okay, so this one says, this story is true. Gosh, Wi-Fi it plays the message it's 1,000. Okay, let me quickly do this. Okay, so this one reads, this story is true. It might be a coincidence, but anyway, you look at it, it's just plain odd. I was working at a trucking company down next to the Rio Grande here in Laredo, working the graveyard shift. I was all alone in the office, which was locked, but truck drivers could access the building, but they couldn't get to me unless I opened a locked door to the office. Okay. I had been asked by others that worked the graveyard if I had encountered the old witch that visited after midnight, and I would always laugh it off and say no one but me here at that time. Then on one night early in 2004, it was a really foggy night and you couldn't see 5 feet in front of yourself, okay? It was really busy as I remember, and out of nowhere, an old lady about 80 years of age appeared at the business window where truck drivers could come to turn in paperwork or ask questions. She was really short and had rags for clothes. Her hair was all scraggly and unkempt. She stood at the window and I thought she was just coming to our vending machines or using the bathroom in the driver's lounge. She didn't say anything at first, but then she said to me, "I bet you don't believe in the tales about a witch that lives down by the Rio, do you?" I replied, "No," and laughed. She pointed her gnarled finger at me and said, "You will believe after tonight." And again I laughed at her and asked if there was anything I could do for her. She didn't say anything and turned away from my window and headed back towards the driver's lounge. Having my computer monitor right at the window and being able to see and hear anything or anyone enter the building or leave it, I never heard her enter, and then I never heard this woman leave either. That's strange. Very curious to see as to where the woman went, I got up and left the office to see where she had gotten off to. I did not find her anywhere, and nothing seemed to be disturbed in the entire building. The next day, I mentioned the encounter to a fellow worker, and he said, "You saw the real witch." I laughed it off and forgot all about it. 1 week later, I had the worst accident I ever had, and perhaps the worst accident anyone could ever have. I lost both my legs and ended up blind after dying for over 15 minutes. I don't necessarily connect the two events, but I wonder who that old woman was and wonder how many people here in town know about this woman or have heard about her. So this guy's encounter with the old woman led to him getting involved in an accident. Yeah, let's just be glad that even though he had a horrible encounter, of which at first he didn't take it to notice because he was just like, it's just an old woman that's just passing by, So let's just be glad that he's all right, even though he lost both his legs. But then, let's be glad, at least he's still alive, right? So this second story reads, I was a girl who loved fashion. I cared about every inch of my body, especially my face. Because of this, I usually spent countless hours in front of the mirror. My grandmother warned me about it and told me to reduce the way I always stood at the mirror. I took her to be superstitious since she came from a long line of gypsies and had lots of charms as well. One night, by 3 a.m., I was going through my phone and my boyfriend decided that he wanted to see a picture of me during the night. I quickly ran over to my standing mirror and checked myself. Big mistake. Suddenly, the room temperature dropped and felt really cold. I turned around to check the heater. Just then, I felt a very cold hand touch my shoulder. Yo, God. In fright, I dropped my phone, turning to see who it was, only to see no one. I was only staring at my reflection. At least that was what I thought. The day ever since, anytime I was alone, I always felt like someone was behind me and always the temperature drops. My grandma called me one day and looked at me sternly in the eye. She said she sensed something evil around me. I shrugged her off again like she was being superstitious. The grandmother knows. However, she gave me a pendant that will protect me from spirits. I took it just to please her. That night by 12, I went to the mirror to brush my hair. But I realized that anytime I turned, my reflection stays in a place. Haibo. I tried turning again. It stayed in that same spot. Panic began to take over me as I watched my reflection smile at me. Jonah, Father God, it can't be me. Revealing sharp teeth like daggers, my God. Shocked, I stood up to run, but she took hold of my hair, gripping me tight. I found out she was trying to pull me into the mirror. Just then, I remembered the pendant my grandma gave me. It was just beside me. Quickly, I grabbed it and showed it to the demonic reflection. In one piercing scream, the spirit let me go and disappeared into the mirror, taking my reflection with it. So, Chore, this spirit uses other people's reflections, right? Since then, I broke every mirror I had and wore my pendant. Her big mistake was going in front of the mirror at 3 a.m. That was her big mistake. Okay, so number three reads, a true story that still creeps me, maybe it'll creep you too. One day my girlfriend called me. My phone was ringing, I answered it and I said, "Hi, baby." She said, "Yes, sweetheart. Can you come over tonight? My parents left for visiting my grandma's place and I'm alone at home." I said, "Okay, I'll be there later then." She said, "Okay, see you." And I said, "Okay, bye." Later, I visited her and it was around 10 a.m. She asked if I can sleep over and I said, "It's fine. I'll leave early in the morning." She said, "It's okay." Fine, then we slept and then I woke up around 2 in the morning. I heard footsteps outside. Then I woke her up in a whisper and said, "Didn't you say your parents are gone?" She said, "Yes, they are." I said, "Oh, okay. Then who's making the footsteps outside?" She said, "Maybe it is some guy who came to steal something. Just look through the window or something." It's how unbothered she is. It's literally how unbothered she is. So that makes it suspicious. That makes it seem as if she knows what is going on, right? "Okay, I will look," I said. I saw a glimpse of a shadow in a corner of the house and I rushed to the next window. It was still a glimpse. Then on the third, I still saw it. So that's what happened. Yeah, your girlfriend knows me, bruh. She knows. She knows. Like, I am literally trying so hard not to fall asleep. Shame, guys. I had a long week. I'm surprised I even have the strength to like shoot this video because, I shame this week was very hectic. It was just too much. but okay, we move. Okay, there's another one. It reads, I had never, ever been terrified to death in my entire life. I thought I was hallucinating or completely deranged. I know you're curious about what I must be raving about. I am talking about a terrifying creature. Back in the days that targeted us girls, particularly if you wore pink underwear. It tormented us. The mythical creature goes by the name Pinky Pinky. Hey, labada Pinky Pinky. Pinky Pinky, it used to give us headaches. Like that creature, I never saw it. It's just, I don't know, a legend. Some people, not for now, it's a legend because I have never had an encounter with it, of which it's something that I don't even want to see because I know that I'd die afterwards, right? So to think that even our parents went through the same thing, hectic. If I'm not mistaken, I was in my second grade when I first heard that Pinky Pinky name. I heard hearsays that it hid inside the school toilets. What are school toilets? Or should I say premises? Yo, guys, I almost said high school. I remember back in primary how I used to be afraid to go to the bathroom because of Pinky Pinky. Because there was a rumor running around that Pinky Pinky is in our toilets and all of that. So that affected me. Imagine I had to hold the pee, the yellow dag. I'm surprised I never got sick. Lo ga ka ithutela nje. Yo, I'm a or should I say premises, right? Those who have seen it say it's a two-faced female. It got a half that is male and the other that's female. Some said it's dark as the night. Everything was just confusing. I did not know what to believe and what not to believe. I could see victims of Pinky Pinky sobbing and giving testimonies of what they saw. They say she gave them a hot slap. Hearing all that gave me cold feet. I do not want to die young. That's what I'd say. I was afraid of going to the toilet alone because I knew that creepy thing would have its way with me if I dared to enter the toilets alone. See, that's how that thing affected us. That's how that legend affected us, truly speaking. Like, most of the girls used to be afraid to go to the toilet. Some would rather let their bladders suffer as the river flows of urine than to go to the toilet to be victimized by Pinky Pinky. Lena, I used to let my bladder suffer. I asked my granny what Pinky Pinky really was. Is it a beautiful pink girl who is a magician? Is she a big human doll? She said, my lovely granddaughter, Pinky Pinky is a tokolosh. In isiZulu, it's called tokolosh. So Pinky Pinky tokolosh, well. I was so scared since I knew what tokoloshi was. My grandma had told me about that spirit. My grandma had told me about that spirit that is used in witchcraft. My heart raced at a swift pace. I wished I could erase my mind everything she told me because there was no way I could sleep well at night. The things we went through. Like the generation of today, they don't know. For us, it was hard. Well, the story of Pinky Pinky does not end there. I have a cousin of mine, Puselet. She is 1 year older than me, and we were like twins. We did things together, we made a team, we were double trouble. It was at night and a time for creatures of the night to lurk in the shadows. We were wearing similar pajamas, but the only difference was that mine was pink and hers were blue. She knew a lot more about this Pinky Pink. Honestly, I was curious. I wanted to see what that thing looked like with my own naked eyes. It's true when they say curiosity can lead you to your own grave. We went to the toilet outside to summon this diabolical spirit. We recited her name 1,000 times. Hi, I'm not gonna recite this, but yeah, they did call out for the creature, right? Nothing bizarre happened. We went to sleep as tomorrow was going to be a school day. As I was sleeping and the lights had gone off, I saw a dwarf, and it was vivid enough to see the face, but its eyes are glowing red. I felt like screaming, but I couldn't. I could not move my arms, legs, or even speak. It was as if I was paralyzed or something. Haibo. I spoke in a slurred speech, attempting to call for assistance. I felt a heavy weight on my chest and I couldn't breathe. It was strangling me. I could not utter words. I could sense this was no ordinary human being. I screamed out loud like a banshee, calling Jesus Christ's name. Amen. I was free and my grandma had woken up. She came to my room and asked me what was wrong. I told her about the supernatural experience I just had. She said that it was a tokoloshi and somebody sent it. I'm being targeted for my intelligence, and that's what us black people do to each other. No, you're wrong, because you are definitely right. You are the one that summoned the spirit. Now that Ntonwe Batla we agree, it's about loy. For what? Sometimes we like to exaggerate, like, nah. She burned a sage to exorcise the diabolical spirit. I went back to sleep and nothing bothered me ever again. This story it's interesting, right? But I don't like the part whereby she says people are targeting her for being intelligent. What about what happened the day before? The day before, you and your cousin went and summoned the spirit. Now that you got what you want, jiki, but it's about target. For what? You lucky I don't have the energy. I get an edge. Okay, let me read the last one. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier on that I got these stories from both Google and Facebook, right? So the last one reads, I was camping with my husband and his family at a small remote lake in New Mexico. There were about 10 people in our group and another group of 6 people in the next campsite. It was nighttime and both groups were doing typical activities, making s'mores. What is a s'more? Vet? Having a few drinks and telling stories. When we all heard what sounded like a little girl yelling out for help. Neither group had children with them, but we were all positive we were hearing a little girl and decided to search the area we heard the noises from together. At least the team working out. Because for some people, there was a field behind our campsite, and we all saw a very tall, pure white figure standing maybe 100 feet away from us in the field, making the noises. We all agreed this thing looked maybe 6 feet tall, skinny and white as it can be. We made our way closer to investigate, but whatever it was that we saw started backing off as we got closer and it disappeared into the trees. All night we continued to hear a little girl calling for help as we tried to sleep. Okay, maybe that little girl died there, right? So I think her spirit is stuck there. So she's haunting the people. She's haunting y'all. She's haunting the people by Logobaya campsite, So from my perspective, I think maybe something happened to her and she died more. So yeah, her spirit is not at ease. Yeah, my lovely females, that's it for me. Like Nkatela, guys, I'm really tired. I just want to go to sleep. Fuck. Like, I just remembered that I need to go somewhere. As I was saying, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. Also, please do not forget to follow me on all of my social media platforms. I'm available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.